All right,
Oh,
there's a green light. Wake the hell up. Guess what? It's Taco Tuesday.
uh,
All right. Good morning, everybody. Cameron just gave me an like he was confused, but what happened was I'm not hearing the audio from from our channel trailer at the beginning of the episode through the monitor, and I was like, "What the hell?" So I unmuted the YouTube feed, and you guys got the audio, so we're good to go. So this morning it's Taco Tuesday. We're gonna taco about the new Star Wars trailer. And is there anything you want to say in preface before we start? Because we're gonna watch the trailer through. Well, not we're not gonna watch straight through. We'll hop and skip and pause and discuss.
the only thing I want to preface it all with is this is so bizarre. We live in a day and age where all of our favorite movies and properties and cartoons and comic books and all of that from when we were kids has come back around. It gets mainstream Hollywood attention, and it's all decided to get woke and go broke. Like the new Predator movie, the new Terminator movie that's coming out, the latest round of Marvel movies, and yes, Star Wars, which should just be basically a printing press for Disney. Um, it's just not so.
Yeah,
But
all these old properties from my childhood coming back around. It's like going back to College Park and driving by the house where I grew up, and it's no longer a beautiful little family farm. Now it's just ghetto multi-family apartments with shattered windows and drugs everywhere. You know, Hollywood.
yeah, Hollywood, Hollyweird.
You seem distracted. You ready to start this?
Oh, I'm ready to start it. I just had a door open behind me in a very spooky manner.
Oh. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we're always armed. Go.
It's an instinct.
Mary Sue is
Feeling.
awesome.
Okay, so right there from the beginning. Hey, we're on indoor. It's okay, probably not, but we're on an indoor like thing in the crash of the in the crash of a Death Star with Mary Sue in a film called The Rise of Skywalker. You know, I want to take back something I said to you before, Cameron. This may not be just a straight remake of the original trilogy. You know what this film suddenly smells like?
Desperation.
No, they're just going to run the original trilogy in reverse. Let's start with a destroyed Death Star. And okay, so now we know that whether or not they show it to us in the trailer, there will be another Death Star in this film.
Fair enough.
The Force brought us together. We're not alone.
Okay, so Finn, I will say this: as much as I hated the Last Jedi, largely because of Admiral Gender Studies, one of the things that I hated most about the Last Jedi is that Finn got tokened. Like I liked Finn in the first one. As
Yeah, he
as
had a fantastic character arc in The Force Awakens, and then he had the exact same character arc in The Last Jedi, and it was like, yeah, I thought Finn already learned this lesson that friendship is more valuable than But whatever.
Yeah, he was a fantastic character, and I mean, I hated The Last Jedi, but The Force Awakens was merely disappointing. And as disappointing as The Force Awakens was, hey, wait, is that the same diversity hire that died in the last one?
No, she didn't die. She's the one that's like, we fight for love. Oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
we can't beat our enemies by destroying them. Like, no, no, I'm here to tell you, you can beat your enemies by destroying them. I've seen me do it. But yeah, I hope that Finn gets to be a character in this film instead of another diversity hire.
Yeah, because the guy's a good actor, and it's a fascinating concept. Here's a stormtrooper who broke his brainwashing. Like that's interesting. You got a lot of room for some good storytelling there. And I actually appreciated the odd romance that was developing between him and Ray. And then Ryan Johnson said, "Nah, that's boring. I'm going to throw that away. Hey, I'll tell you what's edgy. I'm going to have two minorities get together."
Yeah,
Even though they have zero on-screen chemistry.
and you know, we've had the conversation several times in the past about playing with the race of characters. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And the argument is always, well, the race isn't that important, so we can just make up whatever race we want to. I'm like, well, if the race isn't that important, then why are we having a conversation about it at all? And there are some places where it doesn't matter. Black Kingpin worked, right? That Daredevil, the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie got a lot of flack, but Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin was fantastic.
Yeah, he was terrifying.
And I loved it. But and then you know you got is it I forget the first name, but Morales, the Afro Mexican or how whatever, the half black half Hispanic Spider Man. If you've seen Into the Spider Verse, okay, so there's a new Spider Man who's half black and half Hispanic. He's not Peter Parker. It's not, oh, hey, Peter can just be whatever color you want him to be. And that he had a very different childhood and upbringing because of his race is somehow not relevant to the character. No, they did that one right. They gave you your person of color Spider-Man, but his being a person of color, while it's a part of the character, wasn't an in-your-face political statement. And guys, if you haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse, good God, fix yourself. That film is fantastic. Absolutely excellent. But then you go to Ghostbusters and the gender bend, and the argument that's made there is that the gender doesn't matter, and then we see the film, and apparently it matters a lot because these bitches can't tell a joke, let alone trap a ghost.
Or they tell way too many jokes, and then Paul V has to somehow edit the mess together and actually still make it a Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, we'll keep moving forward here, but this is already shaping up to be another brick in the saga of get woke and go broke.
People will fight if we lead them.
Resist! Resist! Go ahead.
Hey, real quick. People will fight if we lead them. According to Rose, I thought people would fight if we loved them. Just saying.
Yeah. But who cares what we said before? Welcome to Retcon.
People keep telling me they know me. No one does.
I do know you. You're a Mary Sue.
Oh, and more importantly,
But
I do. Because Kylo Ren has some magical force. One of his new force powers is that he can run a DNA test and determine that she's actually 1/1024th Skywalker.
Long have I waited.
Oh, and there's Hillary, because we just cannot accept the results of the last trilogy.
Bang. Yeah, seriously. Well, I like the concept of bringing back Palpatine. This was something that should have been set up over the course of the movies. The groundwork was even there in the comics, the novels, and even in the second trilogy that came out. It was implied that not only had the Emperor learned how to manipulate life and death itself, that he might have even been the impetus that caused the immaculate conception of Anakin Skywalker. So there could have been some fascinating storytelling that happened here, and you could have brought Emperor Palpatine back. You know, I realize it's super easy to be the Monday morning quarterback and talk about what everybody did wrong on NFL Sunday, but how much more amazing would it have been if Palpatine had come back and Palpatine had killed Snoke instead of that scene that basically existed to give you a team up between Rey and Kylo Ren in the previous movie? But no, Ryan Johnson had to get woke, because apparently it's what Disney wanted.
Oh, and Gavin in the comments section mentioned something. I went on that whole thing about the about playing with the race of characters. I'm sorry, let me just touch back on that. The whole reason I brought that up is, in the case of Finn, there's actually a useful and valid reason, and an important reason, for that character to be black in this case, and that is, as soon as he takes his mask off and breaks ranks with the rest of the stormtroopers, we learn something really important. He's not a clone of Jango Fett.
Yeah, and then in cinematic terms, and it's a really, really simple device, but it's used in movies all the time. But he basically changes colors. And you could even say, oh, we've inverted the trope. Normally the guys in white are the good guys and the guys in black are the bad guys.
Right.
But he breaks his fascist collectivist programming, takes his helmet off. He's a completely different color. Now he's an individual. So, yeah, good on that one. But yeah, but Disney. Well played, Gavin.
Yeah, and we don't even need to go down the whole road about, like, the brown Valkyrie being the last one in Ragnarok. It's like, okay, white replacement, yeah, that's one of those conspiracy theories that I like to listen to, kind of like the Bilderbergs and stuff, because I just want to see how far it goes. But yeah, so we'll get back here, starting with the Hillary 2020 campaign ad. Wrong button.
And now,
Rise.
together, is your undoing.
What are you doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir, at my friends.
Confronting fear is the destiny of a Jedi. Your destiny. The Force will be with you.
Always.
Okay, and I mean, that's... Hey, what the hell? You won't let me still frame on that? Anyway, that's clearly Palpatine.
The Force will be with you.
I'll tell you what that clearly is. That's clearly reshoots. Yeah, this is all rumor, conjecture. You can never really know. But J.J. Abrams tried to hammer all this together, showed the original cut to Disney, and they were like, no, that's not good enough. You need to go back and redo basically 2/3 of the movie. And I actually think there's some merit to that, because we started getting our first teasers for The Force Awakens more than a year out. And we actually got a full-blown trailer for The Force Awakens several months out. And man, it got millions of views. It got you hyped. They're trying to recreate that here with the big soaring Star Wars theme, just set to like maximum orchestra. And I think this is the biggest sin of this trailer. It's not that I don't love it. It's not even that I don't hate it. It's just that I'm kind of meh. Disney's going to make another mediocre Star Wars movie.
Yeah, and frankly, we're probably not gonna end up doing a review video on this movie. I want us to do more and more movie reviews. I really do. We're probably not gonna end up doing one on this one because basically, I'm gonna see it when I don't have to pay for it. I'm gonna see it when it hits Netflix or Amazon or something, because it's another Star Wars movie from the fail box. So, if they want my money, they're going to have to collect it from Netflix.
Yeah. And it won't be on Netflix. It'll be on Disney Plus. Ha got you there, mofo.
Maybe. All the Star Wars is on Netflix right now.
Yeah, right now. But wait till Disney Plus launches. You think our evil overlord Mouse is going to allow that to continue?
No, I think Disney Plus is going to crash and burn. It's going to be an epic failure.
Well, I don't know. They could Captain Marvel it and have a whole bunch of people sign up for ghost accounts named Pierre Delecto and yeah, we're crossing our references.
Oh dear.
Dude, this is so weird to me because I remember just going back a few years ago, man, I was so pumped. Wait, we're going to get another Ghostbusters movie? We're going to get another Predator movie? We're going to get another Star Wars movie? What? And George Lucas is being kicked to the curb? You know, say what you will about the prequels, because they are inferior to the original trilogy for a whole host of reasons. But at least they were still coherent Star Wars movies. There was a beginning, middle, and end. Whereas these are a mess. I actually feel bad for J.J. Abrams because I feel like he was told in The Force Awakens, look. Here's what we want you to do, okay? We want you to just basically make the ultimate Star Wars fan film, introduce a few new characters. It doesn't have to be great. It just has to be good. But we've got to prove to the world we can play in this sandbox, and then we'll go forward. And JJ said, okay, you're going to pay me a lot of money to make a Star Wars movie. I'll do that. And then they went to Rian Johnson and said, okay, check it out. Do whatever you want and make it woke as hell. And so Rian said, yes, I get to break the franchise. Like, I honestly picture Rian Johnson sitting in the theater watching this movie going, oh my God, what did I do? Why? That mystery box thing has finally come back to officially bite me in the ass because Rian said to hell with all my mystery boxes. He just shit all over them. But yeah, the Predator movie that came out is another fantastic example. In fact, that one was such a hot mess. Like, let's have a little global warming. Let's have a little autism awareness. Let's have some bizarre meta commentary on hunting, government interference, and just put it all in a blender. And don't worry, though. We're going to have Shane Black write some pussy jokes into the script, so it'll be fine. And then the Ghostbusters movie was atrocious. The original Ghostbusters, even now, if it's been a while since I've seen it, some of the lines still make me chuckle. I don't know that I ever laughed once at the Wyman Power Ghostbusters movie. And going forward, dude, like, there's a Terminator movie coming out, and it's starring old Arnold. And it's starring old Arnold. And it's starring old Arnold as old Terminator. And they're bringing back Linda Hamilton? What? This should be amazing. Except, again, there's a lot of females in this cast. And it doesn't look like it's going to be a Terminator movie. It looks like it's going to be a female empowerment movie that happens to have... No, it's not focusing.
Damn.
Sorry. It looks to be a female empowerment movie that just happens to be set in the Terminator sandbox. Oh, we're going to have killer robots and time travel. Don't worry. It'll all work out. It'll all work out. We don't need James Cameron. He didn't understand what made this franchise tick. No. We just need more female empowerment. And what's really ironic, talk about James Cameron real quick. James Cameron has actually given us some of... Oh, there we go. It finally came into focus.
Ghostbusters, baby. Go look that up at your Funkin' Wagnall.
But James Cameron gave us some amazing female action figures in both Terminator 2 and Aliens. Ripley and Sarah Connor were extremely strong female action heroes, and they worked because it was not women trying to do the things men do for the reasons men do them. It was women doing the things men do, but for reasons women would do them. There's a component of motherhood in Aliens where, Ripley basically takes Newt on as her adopted daughter. And there's the component of motherhood in Terminator 2, where Sarah has to choose between how much she loves her son and the fate of the world. Those are complex issues. Those are things that you could conceive of a woman struggling with and could even identify with, even if you were not female. But we bring it back to Rey, who we call a Mary Sue, because she's just good at everything and, hardly ever makes mistakes or whatever. That's so boring. And in so many ways, that's kind of the classic male fantasy. Oh, a problem comes along and I just kick so much ass. I solve it all myself. I just don't know that many girls that have that as a fantasy. And even when men have that fantasy as a little boy, and fight through the pain and all that kind of stuff, well, you don't even really see Rey go through a whole lot of pain. And they could have done so much with this Star Wars trilogy. It just depresses me, because my favorite lightsaber duel out of the entire saga is actually the one in The Force Awakens. I love it. From the moment Finn picks up the lightsaber and says, "Then come and take it," and you have that desperate three-way duel between a panicked Finn, a wounded Kylo, and then a mind-blown Rey. Man, that was fantastic. I wanted to see where that was going to go. At least, I thought I wanted to see where that was going to go. And then The Last Jedi and Admiral Gender Studies came out.
Good.
So yeah, I have totally lived long enough to remember all of my favorite stuff from my childhood come back around and be pale imitations of itself and actually disappoint me. And not just disappoint me because it makes me angry, and it does to a certain extent, but I'm now at the point where I watch the Star Wars trailer. Oh, and here's Chewbacca, here's the Millennium Falcon, here's the soaring music. I should be getting a serious case of the chest-thumping feels. And I just don't feel that much at all. And I don't say that flippantly. I mean, I'm just kind of meh. And my kids are probably going to be like, "Dad, please take us to go see it." I probably will see it in the theaters, but more because my children want me to take them. Like, I was excited to see The Force Awakens. I was excited to see The Last Jedi. And now this is the end to a 40 freaking year saga. It's literally a couple of years older than I am. And I just
a couple.
I can't be bothered to really care all that much about it. And that's sad. Anyhow, I feel like we've blown the hell out of our cap. Yeah, we have.
Oh, yeah. We're 25 minutes in, and it's 7:15. Y'all, it is for real time to get ready for work. So, we will see y'all tomorrow morning when we ask the question. WTF, CNN?
James O'Keefe has an answer to that question.
Roger that. Y'all be safe out there.
All right, buddy.